Alright, hey guys, my name is Jake. I'm going to be performing tonight. I'm pretty new to stand-up. This is actually my only second time ever on stage, unless you count last night where I performed on a sidewalk to a bunch of drunk people. But, you know, I'm really new to stand-up, and, you know, it's like when you're new to it, it either goes really well or not good at all. Like, you either realize you're the next Jerry Seinfeld, or you throw up on the pregnant lady in front of you, you know? It's like, and whether it goes good or bad, people tend to have the same reaction. It's like, did you see that guy on stage? Or, did you see that guy on stage? He was amazing! I can't believe he was so good. He induced labor with his vomit, you know, like, and good or bad, you know, I'll have a lot of friends here tonight. But, you know, if this goes wrong, like, I can already hear the jokes already. It's like, dude, she's the one who's supposed to have morning sickness, not you. You know, and I'm single, in case anybody's wondering, but don't get too excited. I'm single by choice, the choice of every single girl in attendance. But yeah, you know, like, I'm really just not very good with women in general. And like, I go to my friends about this, and I'm like, dude, I'm just no good with women. And they're just like, just talk to them. You know, just ask them out. And it's like, that's not helpful at all. Like, if my goal wasn't to get a relationship, it was like to be on an NBA team, and I show up to tryouts, and I'm like, I got no shot at all. Like, I don't want Wilt Chamberlain walking up to me, like, just dunk it. You know, just sink it into the hoop. Like, this is my vertical. I don't think I got a shot here. I don't know how much you guys keep up with the news, but there was some controversy with Kim Kardashian recently. Apparently, Weight Watchers had paid her to gain extra weight during her pregnancy so she could lose it post-pregnancy and become their new sponsor. I'm currently in a very similar deal, except instead of getting paid to gain weight, I'm paying them to gain weight. And by them, I mean McDonald's. I've come to the realization recently that I have the body of a 50-year-old woman, and that's no slight to any 50-year-old women in the audience, but this should not be happening yet, you know, like. And you're like, oh, Jake, you're not that out of shape. Let me give you some examples. I took this health class last semester, and part of the health class was we took some fitness tests. One of them was a grip test. Very simple test. How it worked was you grip something, and then they were like, okay, that was pretty good. I took the grip test. I got below poor for an elderly woman, which basically means if grandma goes to shake my hand, I'm gonna get out squeezed by grandma. You know, and it's not just my physical ability either, it's like my diet, you know? I don't wanna say my diet's poor, but it says something that cutting back is ice cream twice a day. And last Thursday night I performed stand-up for the first time, and to celebrate I thought I'd go get a pizza and have a pizza party for one back in my room. And after I ordered the pizza, the guy was like, but wait, for $5 extra, you can get a whole extra pizza. And I was like, that's awesome, I'll save it for later. Spoiler alert, I did not save it for later. I ended up eating 2 pizzas by myself in my room. Now, this is the saddest pizza party ever. There were more pizzas in attendance than people. Now, let's really break down what's wrong with this situation. First off, I ate 2 pizzas by myself. Second off, there was a part of my brain where I was like, 1 pizza's okay. I can eat a family of 4's meal. You know, like, that's not cool at all. But, you know, I try and justify it to myself, you know, like, it could be so much worse, you know, like, I could be so much more overweight. This ain't so bad, you know, like, after I ate all that pizza, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was all bloated and, like, covered in pizza sauce and grease, and, like, my shirt was tight, and I'm like, I should work out. Then I was like, I should go to sleep. And sleep sounded a lot easier. And, you know, when I woke up in the morning and I took a shower and I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, there's no grease on me. I'm doing better. And I'm proud to say, I'm a week free of grease. You know, like, that's an improvement, I think. So about a year ago, I worked this event for Boy Scouts where I was like a counselor at Oregon Ridge State Park. And I taught people about trees, which basically meant not a single kid came to my area, because like how the event worked was like you can ride go-karts, or you can learn about trees with Jake, Or you can shoot bows and arrows. Or I can tell you about the difference between a dogwood and a male cherry tree. So I sat alone in my area all day, and then at the end of the event, I was like, I don't really feel like staying overnight at Oregon Ridge. And by that, I mean my tent blew away. So I'm driving home from Oregon Ridge, and as I'm driving home from Oregon Ridge, I come to the realization I have no idea how to get home from Oregon Ridge. This is a common theme in a lot of the stories in my life. I'm constantly getting myself lost. I don't even know how to get myself anywhere. I'm not even supposed to be here. I got accepted into Colorado State University. I have no idea where I made a wrong turn, but here I am. So as I'm driving home from Oregon Ridge, I'm just like, first road I see that's familiar, I'll take that until I see something else that's familiar, and hopefully I'll map my way home. First road I see is Route 1. I'm like, perfect, Route 1 takes you right back into Bel Air. Well, it should have says, Route 1, I'm about to take you into the scariest part of Baltimore. And so as I'm driving and I discover this omitted fact from the sign, I decide that I'm going to implement one of my key ideals. And something you should know about me is I'm a very optimistic guy and I have a very positive attitude. I believe that if Charles Manson's walking towards me on the street with a knife, I can be like, hey Charlie, how you doing? And I'll walk away with my face not eaten. You know, like, so when I'm driving, I'm like, I'm just gonna do the same thing. So every time I hit a red light in Baltimore, I put my window down and I make conversation. You're like, hey lady, how you doing? I like those knee-high leather boots. Really nice stuff. Seems like you're busy. I was pretty busy today at the Boy Scout camp. Anyway, green light, thanks for not shooting me. And that's how I got myself home from Oregon Ridge. So I'm a Christian and fiscally conservative, and so because of this, I tend to get grouped in with the Republican Party. In the 21st century, being in the Republican Party is very similar to being friends with the smelly kid. You know, it's like, I don't smell, but I understand what you're talking about here. You're saying, like, I understand that, you know, he hasn't changed his clothes in 100 years, and he gets really freaked out around science class, and he believes, like, all girls get noogies if they try and steal your pencil, and he tried to recently shut down the classroom and the teacher put out a free eraser desk, you know, but both our favorite colors is red and we really like elephants, so I hang out with them anyway. I'm not going to try and make my act too political for you guys tonight, but I do want to share one thing. I do believe that if our nation is truly going to fight a war on terror, we should start with the heart of it, haunted houses. I want to finish tonight with a story about my roommate. You see, this is my first semester here at Salisbury. I went to community college before I came here, and already a couple weeks in, my roommate moved out, and I was really devastated by this, because I was like, you know, I don't know what I did wrong, but I came through the realization that it was just the little differences between us. You know, like, I liked Coke, he liked isolation. I said tomato, he said shut up. I hate country music, he hates me. You know, it's just those little things between us. All right, thank you very much. Good night.